class. Our lesson for today is going to be classification of brain tumors. And it's an important lesson for us to know to get overall classification known for brain tumors. And I would advise you to go over the first lesson in your module, which was pathology of brain tumors. So it will be quite important you know this lesson before we go on to this topic. And then you also need to go over this activity before you go on to our face-to-face session, which will be on the 25th of April 2019. Okay, so classification of brain tumors. As you know, everything could be classified into many different origins, including brain tumors. So I would advise you now to pause this video and go over in your mind what you want to classify the brain tumors as. Okay, so the different classification schemes we have. We have benign and malignant. A simple classification scheme, which would be tumors that of benign origin, which will be the ones that are non-malignant, and examples of these will be meningiomas, schwannomas, pituitary adenomas. Our malignant lesions would be the more aggressive ones, like the metastatic brain tumors from other sources, gliomas, lymphomas, malignant meningiomas. Okay, so that's one way to classify brain tumors.
For benign and malignant classifications, the most common classification for benign tumors would be the meningiomas, which are the most common benign tumors, plus the schwannomas. And this is a picture of a meningioma, and you can see the benign lesions are very discrete. There's not a lot of brain compression around it, and not a lot of edema, as opposed to malignant lesions, which are all metastatic brain tumors, epidermomas, gliomas, including the very high-grade gliomas. And you can see an image of the glioma, which is very regular, mixed densities in the tumor, and a lot of swelling or edema with mass effect of the tumor. So those are one of the main features between the malignant and benign lesions.
Another way we can classify brain tumors is going to be according to the location. So the different locations for brain tumors, they can be in the frontal lobe, they can be in the parietal lobe, they can be in the occipital lobe, they can be in the brainstem, and they can be in the cerebellum.
So the different locations that tumors can exist in the brain would include the frontal area of the brain, the parietal lobe, the temporal lobe, occipital lobe, cerebellum, or the brainstem. Now, most tumors can exist in most locations. However, there are some tumors that are more predominant in certain areas. For example, schwannomas are almost exclusively located in the cerebellar area, as well as epidermomas. We also find that in children, more tumors are located in the cerebellar area, while in the adults, more tumors are located in the either frontal, parietal, occipital, or temporal areas.
And then our next type of classification is going to be primary and secondary. Now, a secondary brain tumor is obviously going to be one that's spread from a distal site. Most common ones being from breast cancer, lung cancer, but we also have malignant melanomas. We also have renal tumors, as well as GI tumors as well too. Our primary brain tumors are those that originate in the brain itself, and those will include our gliomas, meningiomas. Secondary brain tumors are always malignant in nature, but primary brain tumors could either be malignant or benign. And of course, they can come from any location.
When tumors are classified according to being primary or secondary, we find that the majority of our tumors are secondary. And secondary tumors are metastases from anywhere in the body, most commonly being the breast, lungs, and bowel. Secondary metastases could look like a prime lesion, however, the majority of them do or are multiple in location. You can see more than one tumors here, and you always find that you have a primary tumor if looked for quite adequately. There are some cases in which we do a survey for a primary tumor in which we would find a very small tumor that may not be easily picked up on routine CT scans. Primary brain tumors are any brain tumors that originate from the brain parenchyma themselves, and they could be malignant, like the gliomas, which could be high grade, or they could be benign, like meningiomas, schwannomas, or pituitary adenomas.
Another good way to classify brain tumors will be by the cell type. And of course, this is what the World Health Organization recommended in the year 2016 as the best and most comprehensive classification of brain tumors. Cell types in the brain, we have glial cells that produce gliomas, which can be benign or the low-grade gliomas or the malignant gliomas. We have epidermal cells, which produce epidermomas. We have the meningeal cells or meninges, which produce meningiomas. Okay. We have pituitary tumors, which consist of pituitary adenomas arising from the pituitary gland. We have pineal cell tumors arising from the pituitary gland. And of course, we have the metastatic lesions, which are completely different. So, take your time and look at all the different classifications of tumors we have. Think of the different tumor types you have. Take a piece of paper and try and put each of them down for your next activity.
Tumors can also be classified according to the cell type, and this would depend on the cell of origin. And examples would be glial cells with gliomas originated from them, as you can see here. We can have pituitary cells with pituitary adenomas arising from them, Schwann cells with schwannomas arising from them, meningeal cells with meningiomas arising from them. We can have metastatic lesions, which are lesions that are spread from outside the brain, so the cell of origin is actually a foreign cell from outside the brain, such as breast or lung cancer. We also have pineal gland tumors from the pineal cells, and we have epidermomas from the epidermal cells as well too. These are a few of the classification schemes if we use cell types, and it's actually the classification scheme recommended by the World Health Organization when they published their review in 2016, and that resource has been attached to you in the lesson plan, and it will be great for you guys to review it and look it over for our face-to-face teaching.
Okay, so thank you very much. So I hope you go over all the classifications of brain tumors you know, write them on a piece of paper, and write down all the tumors you know under each classification, and decide yourself which is the best one for you. I hope that you repeat this lesson and revise it before our next face-to-face session, and I hope to see you for the face-to-face session. Thank you very much.